Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Khalil G. This is Urban Gardening Complex. Now, I'm not going to teach you anything about gardening right now because I'm still trying to learn myself. I am really currently working on trying to figure out how to turn these brown thumbs into green thumbs. That's like my main goal for this entire channel, for this entire situation. So what I want to do is just show you what I got, show you what I've been doing for the last couple of months, because this is my first year getting into gardening and I done watched all the videos that I could think of to watch, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And I want to be able to show you these mistakes. I want to be able to show you these things that I did and make it so that you don't have to go through the same experience. I can even show you what I'm using to fertilize and get things going. So yeah, enough of that talking stuff. Let me show you what I got. All right, so let's start here with the basics. My first thing, of course, was I started a bunch of plants, and then the very first thing I did was I ran out of soil. You know, once you start growing things and getting them going, you kind of want to keep planting things. That becomes an actual habit. So the first thing I did was, instead of going to buy the big 30-gallon, 35-gallon trash cans, I went and bought one of these little guys. And I got this from a Family Dollar. It's a little Sterilite trash can. It was white when I bought it, as you can see from behind this label. The whole can was white. I spray painted it black. But this is my compost. Look how beautiful that looks. Now, mind you, I'm in Georgia. All of our dirt is this red clay that you see is buried all around it. So this is a little bit of old potting soil, Georgia red clay, grass clippings, leaves, all the fruits and vegetables that I eat. Everything goes in here: corn and eggshells and tea. Everything that you'll find online that tell you should go into compost is pretty much what I put in there. Everything but meat. And then when I realized that this wasn't enough, I started a second one. Now, mind you, I followed the Millennial Gardener's way of doing it, and basically you drill holes all the way around it. On all the sides, there's holes in it on both of them, as you can see. It's all freehand drilling, wasn't no machines. And then you dig a hole in the ground and you put the whole barrel in the ground with a hole in the center and holes at the bottom, because you just really want creatures to be able to get into it, the bugs and things like that. This is the one I'm working on now. This one over here is actually almost completely done, and I'm trying not to add anything to this one, but I keep adding to this one. So you can see there's just some eggshells here at the top. I seen some watermelon in there the other day that I had stirred around, a piece of corn in there. But after you stir it around a few days, it actually disappears relatively quickly, because after I stirred it over the course of a few days, all that stuff started to disappear. Now, my last big investment was this greenhouse that I got off of Amazon. And this has been amazing for me. I actually love this thing. It came with the ropes to tie it down. You see the little black lines here and there. They're on all the sides. I got these black lines, and basically I'm just weighing them down with pieces of wood that I had laying around the house. That's what I hold the door down with. That's the other side. So I basically hold it down. It comes with windows, main door. Absolutely amazing. So once you get to the inside, you'll see where I'm at and what level I'm on right now, because I've definitely been growing these plants for a while. So right here, we got some tender sweet orange watermelon. This is one of the two that I had started in the original. It started out as 3, and you see they're really viney. They're starting to grab onto each other because they're too close to each other. So they're starting to hold each other's hands, and I'm gonna have to somehow get them loose from each other, figure out how to take them apart. I try not to break these if I don't have to. I know it doesn't hurt the plant to break them, because I've broken a few of them just trying to move them out of the way. But you'd be surprised at how fast these vines get real handsy, like really fast. Like really, really fast. They got it. Okay. I need to keep them away from each other for a little bit. That one's eventually going to arch and start going up just like all the other ones did. They all start to arch and go up. But these both are orange. Let me not teach right now. Let me just show you what I'm working with. These are both orange tender sweets. The two back there are yellow watermelons. The one down here is a yellow watermelon, but it's growing all the way up through the top and eventually it's going to grab onto that one. So I got to separate them. When you get to the center here, I got 2 Fiji apple trees. Everything that's in this garden started from a seed except for these 4 plants, but I'll show you that in a second. Everything I got from a seed. These came from an apple that I got from Walmart. I ate the apple, put the seeds on the windowsill. They ended up sprouting, and I put them in the ground, and I've been growing these for pretty much this whole year at this point. These I bought from a pack from Amazon. The tender sweets and the yellows were from a pack from Amazon. Let me stick to this side. So when you go down, I just started these. Oh, see, now you're in the way. I gotta put you back up. Just put you towards the back. All right, but now when you got these, and I just started these, and I know they look like they're wilting and dying, which I'm unsure of exactly which way they're gonna go, but I'm on a schedule with them. I just watered them like 20 minutes ago, and I think that they'll be fine. I did the method. This one was put in the cup for like a week to grow roots. This one was just trimmed and let dry out for a few days, and then I put it in the ground. So both of these have been set with 2 different parameters, so I just want to see which one makes them grow better. This is my lettuce, which hadn't been growing at all, but now all of a sudden it's starting to sprout up. Even this little guy down here, he's new. That was not there yesterday. So this one started growing up. That one started like a week or so ago, and I started noticing it, so I didn't destroy the pot because I was about to take it out and just fill it with something else because I thought those seeds didn't grow. But they ended up sprouting on me. So to the other side, these beautiful, beautiful people here in the 2 drink containers, I started these. These were bought from Amazon. These are Cavendish bananas. They came in a set of 4. So I got these 2 here, and I got, you can see in between, but those 2 down there. These 2 Cavendish and those 2 Cavendish. These 2, the reason I have them separate is because they were all growing right next to each other. But if you could see the amount of growth on this plant, from the time I got it, it was a little tiny little baby seedling that was ready to be transplanted to this. And everything in this container is my first go at compost. The compost, they were all planted at the exact same time. They were all born at the exact same time. They were all the exact same size when I got them. And this is what regular soil looks like. This is what they look like growing out of the soil you buy at Home Depot. Organic soil. This is, you can see, the all black soil. I didn't do anything super special. Just put it in black soil, put it in the ground. Come over here, same thing, but the amount of amazing growth on these is amazing. So just keep in mind that compost does work. When you do it right and make your compost from scratch, you'll get the difference between those and these. And I'm pretty sure you want these in your garden before you want those in your garden. So let me stop skipping over this main event right here in front of me. So on this side, as far as watermelon goes, all of these are red. Red. Now I'm not exactly sure of the exact name of them. There's so many mosquitoes back here. I'm gonna be so itching in a second. I already see like 7 bites on my arms. That's one thing about having water and wet plants back here. These mosquitoes think this is breeding ground number 1. Either way, this is my baby here. This is the very first, well actually the second, the first one I killed mistakenly. But this is one of the first few seeds. All these seeds that are growing here, these 4 that are left, they were started out as 7. So I lost about half of them just trying to teach myself how to do this. So these are all from a watermelon I bought from Walmart and kept the seeds, and then a few of them started sprouting and I planted those into the ground. And that's what I got. So I've been growing these, I want to say since June, and this is where they are now. And I know they should be further along, but this is I'm gonna show you how far this one goes up. It already started another vine. So this right here is the second vine that grew out of the side. They both go up through the cage here. And then this one I put on a string to try to maintain where it grows. And it pretty much has made itself all the way to the top of the greenhouse. and I've already lowered it. This is the second, this is the I already lowered it. That's why it looks like this. Because at first, it looked like this one, where it went straight up to the top, and it was just a little small one. But I had to lower it, and even when I lowered it and dropped the loop down lower, it still made its way back to the top. So that's my favorite plant right now. There's another one back there. This one over here is growing all around. It got a second vine coming up. It's coming all the way around, back up the backside here. And if you look behind this one, you'll see that it's growing up behind it, behind the bars, up the back. So my garden is getting extensive. It's really fun for me to do. Like, I think about this all the time. All I do is think about this. So I'm like, well, at the very least, I can teach you guys what I did and what not to do. Because right now, my plants have all been fertilized with nitrogen only. Because in the beginning, I felt like they weren't getting big enough. And I felt like the leaves were dying too fast. And they weren't growing the way I wanted them to grow. So I added the nitrogen to the soil, which is to help promote leaf growth. And when I tell you that it works, because everything in here is blooming with green, but we got no more flower blooms, no more anything. So I did too much nitrogen, and I lost a few plants, and then all the ones that didn't die are only growing vines and leaves right now, which is fine because we're about to go into fall soon, and I don't know how they do when we get to fall, but we'll find out. Let me show you what I'm using for fertilizer. As far as fertilizer goes, I'm pretty much using these two water soluble versions. You know, this one is really good. It's got a little bit of a 5-to-1 to 1. It's got a little bit of everything from the NPK scale, which is good. You know, 5 being nitrogen, the 1 being phosphorus, and the other P being potassium. So you get it all in there. But this one is what I use. This is my main source now. This Jack's Classic 2020. This one is not organic. But I use it as an additive when I water. When it's fertilizer time, I do the normal fertilizer. I'm going to start doing normal fertilizers and bring it back up. Add a little bit of this and a little bit of that to the water. Mix it up as according to the scale and put it in the plants. Now what we have here is what I've fertilized my garden with originally. This is the blood meal. It's organic for plants. This is the organic stuff. And of course, as you can see, well, you can't see it until I find where it's at on the bag. But here, blood meal is a 1200, which means it's just pure nitrogen. And this is what I put on my plants to make them start growing. Yeah, see? Lush growth and deep greening. So basically, this right here accelerated significantly the amount of growth my plants were having. And, you know, I think it worked wonderfully. I just really wish I didn't just do this, so I could have gotten some flowers out of it, maybe even started a few watermelons in this season. So now, in order to counteract that, you need phosphate. And then I found this, which is like a super phosphate, because it's 0.460. So it's twice as strong as anything that I've ever seen. And this helps with the flowering and getting them back into case and get back into place. So I'm working on adding this to the next time I have to water, which is tomorrow, is my next time I got to fertilize. So I'll probably film that too, just to keep you guys in the loop. And since this is me just starting this channel. And then of course, this is just stuff I found because people were talking about it. Earthworm castings, which is basically, it's a nitrogen based product. It's 1.25 to 00. So basically it's just pure nitrogen. So right now I got the blood meal and the earthworm castings are my nitrogen. And then I just added my phosphorus, which is this, my phosphate, I'm sorry, which is this one. And between these three, I'm going to start, well, actually there's 4. Another one's coming tomorrow. I don't have it yet. But then I got the phosphorus coming tomorrow, and that one's like a 0050. So it's like I got the strongest version of each thing. And what I'm going to do is these will be my nitrogen additives. This will be my phosphate additive, and it's the exact same brand with it's called potash or whatever they called it. They don't call it the whole thing, but they just call it potash. And that one is 0050, and that's going to show up tomorrow, just in time for me to do my actual gardening. and fertilizing. So tomorrow, my plan is my watermelons are due to be fertilized tomorrow. My plan is to just add this and sprinkle it around the base of the plant, just on the watermelons. And then I'm gonna go back once that's done, because it's been so long since I put any fertilizer on them. I'm gonna try to get them back in the zone. And after that's done, then I'm gonna start with my mix every time I gotta fertilize, because I also gotta fertilize that lettuce tomorrow too. So yeah, it's gonna be fun times here at the gardening complex. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. I just wanted to make the quickest video I can, try to keep it under 10 minutes. But yeah, a lot of you people, that sounds terrible. A lot of people have seen me before. I have multiple channels doing multiple things. I got fishing channels and podcasts and gaming channels. And now my next thing I dip these hands into is gardening. So at the very least, I can take you on my gardening journey and show you exactly what I'm going through, and every time I'm trying to put something together, what happens. But before I get out of here, let me show you my new babies. Yeah, I had to start over and replace my baby. So here's one of the yellow watermelons. I literally just put this in exactly a week ago. And in exactly 1 week, it has got this much growth, so much exponential growth. It's even growing new leaves inside of there already. It's already ready to start vining in this small container. Now, mind you, quick update, this container is the exact container that those Cavendish bananas came in. And if you see the size of this, then you see how small those plants were when I got them to where I got them now. And then this, of course, is my other tender sweet. And this one just sprouted up too. They were planted at the exact same time. This one's just taking a little longer. There is one in there too, but I think that seed was a dud. That's why I replanted it in here, because I originally had it in this pot in the backyard in the garden. It wasn't doing anything. So I took it and put it in there and replanted some other seeds around it at the same time, and that still has not sprouted. So I think that seed is a complete dud. I might replace it with a with one of those red watermelons that I got. But anyway, those are my new babies, and they're just hanging out because they don't get to go into the garden yet. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for visiting. Let's grow together. Get these green thumbs. I'll catch up with you on the next video. I'm out.